Congratulations on your purchase of the EasyFlow Bypass Humidifier. This unit is easily installed in under an hour. With its unique self-contained control feature, it is ideal for the do-it-yourselfer. At no time will you have to access furnace wiring since the unit automatically cycles on and off with the furnace. Determine which of the three most common furnace types you have. This type of bypass humidifier uses the pressure difference between supply and return ducts to force air through the evaporator filter. You must therefore mount the humidifier cabinet on either the supply or return duct and the bypass tube on the opposite duct. Please note that although either configuration may be used, it is recommended that the humidifier be mounted on the return duct to lengthen the life of the evaporator filter and reduce the risk of damage to the unit from higher temperatures near the supply duct. These are the tools required for this simple installation. See the manual for a detailed list of these tools. Let's get started. First, make sure that the power and water sources to supply this unit are off. The furnace should also be switched off. Then, with the humidifier's front cover removed, depending on the location you've chosen for mounting the humidifier, you may have to convert to left side ducting by removing two mounting screws and remounting on the left-hand side. Using the template provided with this unit, drill 4 1/8-inch cabinet mounting holes. Drill a 3/8-inch hole inside the gray area marked plenum opening. Then, using tin snips and cautiously avoiding sharp metal edges, cut out this area of the duct. Mount the humidifier cabinet by positioning the mounting hooks on the back and pushing down. Use the mounting screws provided. Just as you did with the unit template, tape the bypass template onto the selected duct, no more than 24 inches away from the unit, and drill 3 1/8-inch mounting holes, staying well clear of any central air conditioning components. Drill a 3/8-inch hole, once again inside the gray area. After removing this area with tin snips, mount the collar and damper with the 3 screws provided. Secure the damper open when you tighten the mounting screws. Slide one end of the bypass tube over the flange and secure it with a provided clamp. Slide the other end of the tube over the flange on the unit and secure it in the same way with the other clamp. Make sure that the tube is pushed over the two plastic buttons on the humidifier collar. Airflow causes the EasyFlow filter to move and act as a switch. Notice the offset tabs at the bottom of the filter holder. The positioning of these tabs will depend on which duct you have mounted the humidifier cabinet on. For ease of installation, all components are color-coded. Let's look at the filter installation when the humidifier cabinet is installed on the return duct. On both sides of the bottom of the humidifier are a set of color-coded slots. For this installation, we will mount the filter on the blue set of slots. Turn the filter so that the blue return duct mounting is facing out. Insert the top first so that the water supply spout feeds directly into the filter frame top. Every precaution should be taken at this point to ensure that the arm of the micro switch is behind the filter and not inside the top of the filter frame. Carefully place the frame's bottom tabs in the blue set of slots. A correctly installed filter tilts forward slightly and is stopped at the top of the cabinet by the water spout. Now, let's look at installing the filter if the humidifier cabinet is on the supply duct. On the bottom of the humidifier body, locate the red set of slots intended for supply duct installation. Turn the filter so that the red label marked supply duct mounting is facing out. Insert the filter top in the humidifier first so that the water supply spout feeds water directly into the frame top. Carefully locate the bottom tabs of the filter frame into the red slots. A correctly installed filter tilts back. Make sure the filter is installed in the proper position before you connect the water supply tube to the humidifier. Sand both ends of the 1/4 inch water supply tube for about 1 1/4 inches. This step is critical to ensure a secure connection. Refer to the appropriate section of the manual. Place a provided plastic ferrule and brass nut on the end of the tube and a brass insert in the tube and connect to the humidifier with an adjustable wrench. Mount the needle valve on a cold water pipe. Refer to the appropriate section in the manual. Connect the needle valve to the water supply tube using the supplied hardware. Use an adjustable wrench just as you did at the humidifier end of the tube. Close the valve all the way and then open the valve so that water flows to the humidifier. Check for leaks and repair if necessary. This unit requires drainage, so let's connect the 1/2 inch drainage tube now. Slip the hose clamp over the tubing, then push it onto the fitting and secure it with the clamp. Be sure that the drain tubing isn't kinked or in contact with sharp edges or hot surfaces. Run the other end of the tubing to a suitable drain. Power to the unit is supplied from the included 24-volt transformer. This must be connected to the unit at one end and to a non-switched 120-volt outlet at the other end. Let's connect the humidifier end first. For ease of installation, wires are color-coded. If you have mounted the humidifier unit on the return duct, then using the supplied harness, connect one insulated male connector to the black insulated female connector on the humidifier. Connect the other insulated male connector from the harness to the blue insulated female connector on the humidifier. Tape off the red connector which is not used in this mounting. Tape the two connections you have just made. If the humidifier is mounted on the supply duct, after connecting one insulated male connector to the black insulated female connector on the humidifier, connect the other insulated male connector to the red insulated female connector on the humidifier. Tape these connections and tape off the end of the unused blue connector. Duct mounting the humidistat is easiest. However, you can also mount it on any convenient wall and run the 20-foot low voltage wire as required. Refer to the manual for detailed instructions on wall mounting. The humidistat is shipped ready for wall mounting, so a minor conversion is required to duct mount. We'll get to that in a minute. For now, choose a location on the return duct about 6 inches upstream from the humidifier or bypass tube and mount the template here. Drill 4 5/64 inch mounting holes just as you did with the cabinet template. Drill a 3/8 inch hole inside the area marked humidistat cutout and remove using the tin snips. To convert the humidistat for duct mounting, first remove and discard the cover plate. Remove 2 screws holding the humidistat control to the base plate. Using the base plate as the front cover, reattach the humidistat control to the base plate. Using the 2 included 90-degree terminals in the humidistat kit, attach the 2 stripped ends of the low voltage harness. Mount the humidistat assembly into the cutout with the 4 included mounting screws. Remove the backing from the label and apply it on the face of the base plate. Install the knob onto the humidistat control shaft. The humidistat is shipped ready for wall mounting. Refer to the manual for detailed instructions on wall mounting. Now that water and electrical connections to the humidifier and humidistat are complete, we can connect to the transformer. Run the harness to the selected unswitched outlet. At the transformer, carefully cut the insulation between the 2 conductors and separate them about 3 inches. Cut one of the conductors, strip both ends, and connect to the 24-volt terminals. Once wiring is completed, all components should be seen to be in a continuous loop. The furnace must be running for this humidifier to operate. Plug the transformer into the unswitched outlet. Turn the furnace, power supply, the breaker we switched off earlier, and the water supply back on. Install the humidifier cover and secure it with the cover screw. Start the furnace so that the fan is running and will trigger the unit. The green operating light on top of the humidifier indicates that it is operating. At this point, recheck for leaks and fix if necessary. Set your humidistat to the desired humidity level. Sometimes static pressure differential can cause too much air to flow through the bypass tube and less air through distant heat outlets. It may also blow water off the evaporator filter. In either case, reduce the damper opening by loosening and then tightening the mounting screw. You can also use this method to adjust the amount of humidity passed into the house. Your manual provides detailed instructions on controlling the humidity level, summer shutdown, and yearly maintenance. Keep this manual handy and in a safe place. If you are replacing an existing furnace humidifier, first disconnect the power supply to the humidifier, then shut off the water supply to the unit. We recommend that to ensure that your new unit works properly, with the possible exception of the valve connection to your house's water supply, you replace all the components. Remember, flow-through humidifiers must have a drainage connection. Take every precaution when removing your existing furnace humidifier. Any fabricated metal part will have sharp metal edges. If you have any questions on the installation, please feel free to call our toll-free hotline at 1-800-465-7300.